Hey guys, welcome back to another Tier List Tuesday. I'm the Go Man, and today we are doing the characters of the Book of Boba Fett. Now, this would be really embarrassing because right now the final episode comes out tomorrow, and so this is only the characters from chapters 1 through 6. So I'm assuming that we're not gonna get any more important characters in the final episode. So yeah, these are the characters we got right here. There were plenty of more, as you can see up here, but these are kind of random characters. I wasn't going to go through them all. And you see I got 5 tiers here. We got the characters I love, really like, pretty cool, meh, and bad. Fenix Shannon up first. You know, I'm not the biggest Fenix Shannon fan. They fleshed her out a little bit in, I believe, chapter 4. But besides that, she doesn't do anything much for me. I kind of liked her better in The Mandalorian, if that makes sense. So for me, Fenix Shannon's gonna go in It's probably a hot take since she's supposed to be the second most important character in the series. But it is what it is. Up next, we got... I don't even know what this guy's name is. He's not the mayor, but he's a Twi'lek guy that works for the mayor. I don't really like him. I won't say he's a bad character. He's just kind of annoying. He's a little bit wimpy here and there. I'm gonna put him in Matt too. Not the biggest fan, but I don't think he's bad. I left Max Rebo in here. But yeah, we got Max Rebo. For Max Rebo, he's fun. Of all the Star Wars memed characters, I like Max Rebo the most. I hope he's not dead. So I'm gonna put him in pretty cool. Is that bad that I have Max Rebo above Fenix Shannon? But hey, Max Rebo's a fun character. Up next, we got... see, this is bad. I don't know the name of this Twi'lek chick. She's cool. I'm gonna put her in pretty cool as well. I like kind of her style. You know, she's very fancy. She's a Twi'lek. But when she talked to Chrysanthen, who's up next, she was very smooth with her words. She seems intelligent, runs her business well. I like that about the character. So I'm gonna put her in pretty cool. Up next, we got Chrysanthen. I really like the idea of a bounty hunter Wookiee. You know, we've been told so many times by Chewbacca how Wookiees are the strongest beings out there. But we never really saw it all that much, but we see it with him when he ripped off the arm of one of the Trandoshans. I'm gonna put him in pretty cool as well. We don't see enough of him to where I think he's awesome, but he has a lot of potential, and I'd love to see more of him going forward. Up next, we got one of the Tuscan Raiders. There's plenty more I could have put in here, but this was the one I remember the most. I liked the Tuscan Raiders a little bit. I didn't particularly care for their storyline, so I'm gonna put him in pretty cool as well. There's not much to the Tuscan Raiders for me. They didn't work as well for me as they did for other people, but I did like how they gave some of them personality and how they had different looks, because, you know, the Tuscan Raiders were used to, they all had the same garb, but this one and some of the other ones looked fairly different, and I really liked that. Up next, we got the main chick from the Mos Espa Vespas. Yeah, she was pretty weird. I'll put her in bad. They just seemed really out of place in Star Wars. I know a lot of people say, oh, George Lucas did some weird stuff. And I kind of get prequel vibes, not in a good way, because there was a lot of stuff when the prequels first came out that just felt weird to Star Wars. And with her and her Mos Espa Vespas, I kind of feel the same way. Up next, we got Mando. So now we get to some of the characters from, actually the rest are characters from The Mandalorian that just happened to show up in this show. You know, Mando's just a really, really good character. I really like him. I wouldn't say love yet. Love is reserved for certain characters, if you will. Also, I'm going to try my best for characters like Mando and Luke per se to just kind of provide their context within this series. You know, I love The Mandalorian, but he's only been in 2 episodes so far, only one of which he had a really prominent role. So I'm gonna try and just focus on this series. But even then, his one chapter was fantastic. They really developed him further, the Mandalorian culture further, and the way he got his new Naboo starfighter. I really like a lot what they did with this character and the way they've developed him going forward. Up next, we got the title character himself, Boba Fett. Boba Fett's going in meh. I just don't think they've done a great job developing this character. People say, yeah, they spent 4 episodes developing this character, but for me, none of it really worked all that well. I don't empathize with him like I did with Mando, and I think it says a lot that the 2 most popular episodes in the series are the ones that didn't feature him all that much. One didn't feature him at all, and another one featured him for about a minute. I just don't think Boba Fett's a particularly great character in the series. I don't think they fleshed him out all that well, and they better do a great job of this last episode of featuring him, because this is supposed to be his show. You spent 2 episodes, you know, developing Mando, Grogu, Luke. Let's get back to Boba Fett. Up next, we got the Armorer. The Armorer, I'm debating right now. I think I'm gonna put her You know, I'm gonna put her in love. That might be a hot take. I really like the armorer. In a way, she's a physical embodiment of exposition for the Mandalorian culture, because the Mandalorian culture is very fascinating and there's a lot of layers to it, and especially people who haven't seen the Clone Wars or Rebels don't know much about the Mandalorian culture. So she does a great job at exposing information that the audience and Mando needs to know. And she's very interesting. I love how she's very strict to Mandalorian. Like, she didn't show mercy to Mando when he told her he took off his helmet. There's just something about her. I think it's the mystery to her that we don't know much about her that I really appreciate about the character. Up next, we got Paz Vizsla. I liked the way he challenged Mando, but I feel like the only reason he was still in the series was because he's the Mandalorian played by Jon Favreau. So I'm gonna put him in meh. He's an interesting character. That's all I have to say about him. I enjoyed seeing him. He's cool. I sound like an idiot right now, but I don't have many thoughts for Paz Vizsla. Up next, we got the curly hair lady. Again, it's bad I don't know her name. She belongs in Met too. She's funny at times. I like her relationship with Mando, but she's not a character I'm always like dying to see. Like, if you told me right now we'd never see her again, I'd probably be like, okay, fine, oh well. A lot of people like her. She's cool, but for me, it's just a meh placement. Up next, we got Cobb Vanth. Easy decision, love. Cobb Vanth is one of my favorite characters in the Mandoverse. Something about Cobb Vanth, you know, he's so cool. He has a very good personality. I like his hair for one. It's weird with Cobb Vanth. I can't put my finger on why I like him so much. I think it's because he's kind of a noble guy. You know, you don't see many of that in Star Wars, you know, just genuine good people. Like these scoundrels who are really good people. I wouldn't even say he's a scoundrel, but he's got that Western cowboy vibe that I really appreciate. And if he's dead, man. Again, right now, the final episode, Chapter 7, has not come out, but if he's dead, I will be so sad. I will be so sad. Anyway, moving on. Up next, we got R2-D2. R2-D2 doesn't really do much in this series. He's kind of just there. He was funny when he shut off and Mando's like, droid, wake up. Hello, anyone here? I'll put him in pretty cool. You know, again, he doesn't do much. I love R2, but in this series, he doesn't do much. And again, I'm trying my best to stay within the confines of this series as much as I can. Up next, we got Grogu. Grogu I'm gonna put next to his boy Mando in really like. They did a lot of fleshing out of his character in a way where we see how he's progressed with his Jedi training, what his personality is, how much does he miss Mando, and we know he misses Mando quite a bit. As of right now, we have yet to find out what his final decision will be. I'm betting you he's gonna pick the Mandalorian armor. And they kind of fleshed out, you know, his backstory. We saw the Order 66 stuff. We don't know yet who saved him, his relationship with Luke, and I like how they gave him a little bit of a personality, you know, with the way he's training. He's like, he still wants the frogs. He's cute. He's Grogu, Baby Yoda, we all love him. Up next, we got Luke. I'm gonna put Luke in really like as well. Again, I'm trying to isolate just to this series. I think they did a really good job of showing Luke's personality, because even though we saw him in The Mandalorian Season 2, we didn't really see what his personality was like. You know, here he's the same Luke. He's a little bit more mature than when we saw him in Return of the Jedi. We see what kind of teacher he is. A lot of people complain about him giving Grogu that ultimatum that he should choose between the lightsaber and the Mandalorian armor. That wasn't a problem for me. I thought that was a very mature decision for Luke to make, that he's giving Grogu a choice if he wants to be a Jedi or a Mandalorian, and I thought that was a very mature decision by Luke. So yeah, I love seeing him. He's Luke freaking Skywalker. We love him. So for me, he belongs in really like. Up next, we got Ahsoka Tano. She belongs in really like as well. She doesn't do much here. Kind of like Grogu and Luke. She's only in one episode, but not as prominent as those two. I like the way she mentors Mando in a way where she's like, listen, dude, are you going to see Grogu for yourself, or are you going to see him for him? And she seems, it's just a great comparison when we've known Ahsoka for so much as, you know, a little girl, a teenager girl, and now she's so much more mature and wise. And in a way, I'd like her to be more of a mentor to Luke. Maybe we'd get that in the Ahsoka series, and we'll have to wait and see. But I love her portrayal here. I'm gonna put her in really like. Up next, we got the Mos Pelgo. What do they call it? Freetown? Mos Pelgo deputy. He was a bad character. You know, he's kind of annoying. He served his role. He's not a bad character in a way where we're supposed to like him and he's just a bad character. He's just annoying. I think we're supposed to realize he's kind of incompetent. Anyone who disrespects Cobb Vanth, to me, is a bad character. So for me, he belongs in bad. Not a hot take. And lastly, we got Cad Bane himself. I'm not the biggest Cad Bane fan, but again, we're just looking at this series, and I really like his debut in this series. Because, again, the the casual audience doesn't know who Cad Bane is. So they kind of got to do a good job of explaining what this character is without doing too much. We know everything we need to know about Cad Bane in just that one scene. You know, he's a bounty hunter too. He's a bit of a scoundrel as well. He's quick. In a way, he's more lethal than Cobb Vanth. He's working for the Pikes. He's a rival of Boba Fett. And I like how he said that Boba Fett is a cold-blooded killer, because we have not seen that in the series. So maybe there's more to Boba Fett that he knows than we know. But again, from a live-action storytelling perspective, he hasn't done much, and we still don't know Boba Fett all that well. So I really liked kind of the personality that they gave Cad Bane, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing what he does in the final episode of the series. So yeah, that is my ranking tier list of the characters from the Book of Boba Fett, chapters 1 through 6. I'm assuming we're not going to get any more prominent characters, but even if we did, they'd probably be one-off characters that I either really liked or were just pretty cool. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching another one of these tier list videos. Tomorrow I will be having a breakdown or kind of an analysis of chapter 7, and I will be streaming live when the episode comes out. So if you're bored and you want to see my reaction to the episode, tune in, and don't forget to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. Don't forget to check out the Claude Squad, and I will see you guys next time.